the channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and this afternoon's video is my official preview for the World Club Challenge between both the Penrith Panthers and the Wigan Warriors. So NRL versus Super League yet again, and yeah, what a great game this will be. You know, obviously Wigan were the premiers last year in the Super League and won the competition over there, while for the Panthers they were obviously the three-time back-to-back premiers, but won the comp last year too. So obviously it's the best v the best, so may the best team win. And obviously last year I was at the St Helens and Penrith Panthers game live at Bluebet Stadium, and yeah, I still get goosebumps to this day on how good of a win that was. That was a incredible win, you know, being there live and witnessing James Roby play for the very last time, seeing, you know, a team that I've supported for nearly 6 years, I'd say 6-7 years. Not as much as I do now, obviously, but had them as the club I liked a lot back then, but now I have a bit of a passion for now. St Helens, yeah, it was incredible to see us knock off Penrith live that game. So yeah, it was a great memorable moment, that one. But before I get into the video, please be sure to, as always, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Yes, halfway to 4K now, so it's getting real now. The goal to 4K is getting real. It's getting closer and closer to the actual aim of 4K. So yeah, please do sub if you are new watching the channel right now. As well as comments your predictions for the game, like your tips, your first try scorers, whatever, in the comments down below. So get involved and let me know what you think about this game. So yeah, that's that. But enjoy. I'm going to get into it right now. Okay, so this is probably my best side for the Penrith Panthers for this game. So obviously not an actual side, but it's what I'd pick if I was the Panthers. So obviously my team reads as, you know, the typical backline of Edwards, Taruva, Tago, May, To'o, and the halves are interesting though, because Jerome Luai's out because he's injured, right? So the halves I've gone with is Jack Cole and Nathan Cleary. So obviously Jack Cole has been already said to be apparently replacing Jerome Luai at 5'8", with Nathan Cleary as the halfback. And yeah, a lot of pressure for young Cole, which I'll touch into it in a second. But yeah, no, I think that's what the backline looks like. And the forward pack's looking pretty strong as always. Leota, Kenny, Fisher-Harris, Sorensen, Martin, Yeo, picks itself really. And the bench is Peachy, Garner, Smith, and Eisenhuth. So the jersey 14 is up for grabs between a few players. Like, I guess we can say Dane Laurie's another chance of getting that jersey 14 spot. You know, Brad Schneider maybe as well. But yeah, look, it'd be very interesting to see what the Panthers do with their bench, because their bench is probably the most unpredictable sort of spot in their team, because obviously their team 1 to 13 picks itself, but the whole bench sort of area is something I'm very intrigued about. So whatever Ivan Cleary does there will be interesting, but I'd say that's their best team minus Luai. Now, straight on to the Wigan Warriors team, and this is probably the best team I could predict for the Wigan Warriors. Very tough side to pick actually, but based on who's available and who isn't, this is what I went with. So the backline, Jay Field, Miski, Kieran, new signing this year, Jake Wardell, Liam Marshall, Bevan French, and Harry Smith make up the halves pairing, which Harry Smith's free to play, despite that dangerous throw he did, which I'm glad he's free to play, because I think best players need to be featured in this game. The forward pack is Ethan Harvard, Cruz Leeming at hooker, then the rest of the team like props, Liam Bryan, back row Sam Walters and Liam Farrell, who's a gun, and the lock is Tyler Dupree. The bench is O'Neill, and now Luke Thompson's out, so I've decided to go between Harvey Hill and Willie Issa, and the rest of it is Patrick Mago and also Kade Ellis. So yeah, look, great team actually. You know, obviously, as I'm a Saints fan and Wigan are the rivals, you know, don't hear much credit I give to them, but it's a good team, and I think Wigan's pack is going to definitely challenge the Penrith Panthers pack as well. So good matchup between Liam Farrell and Liam Martin, obviously. Tyler Dupree versus Isaiah Yeo, and the list goes on. Like, it's such a quality pack of teams, or quality forward packs that both sides have. So very keen to see how the Wigan Warriors team fares against the Panthers. Now we get into Jack Cole. So Jack Cole's the man that will replace Jerome Luai at 5'8" this weekend. So yeah, huge expectations for him, because, you know, this is pretty much Cole's first game against men. You know, obviously he made his debut back in 2022 in the final round for the Penrith Panthers against the Cowboys at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, round 25, I think it was back then. So yeah, obviously that's when Penrith rested most of their stars before finals, and Jack Cole made an appearance. And I don't really remember how he went, honestly. 2023 he played no games in first grade, but he last played a game of first grade in 2022, so it's been a fair while since Cole's gotten his taste of it. But yeah, now he's playing against actual, like, professional players. Like, obviously the guys in the Super League, you may not think are professional, that's unless you don't watch the Super League, but they are. They're very good players, they're Wigan players. And I can't stand Wigan, but their players over there are really, really good. So it's going to be pretty good to see how it all does go between the competition between how Cole handles the pressure first of all, because he's under a lot of pressure going to DW Stadium in Wigan and versing a really good team in the Warriors. So man, good luck to him. I really hope he kills it, because he's a good kid. He's from Orange, New South Wales, and Panthers do like going out the bush and out the country areas of New South Wales to recruit their talent. And obviously paid off before with getting Matt Burton from Dubbo, who's at the Bulldogs now, Dylan Edwards from out that sort of country way too, Zay Yost from Dubbo too. They've got Charlie Staines out from Forbes before, so they like going out that sort of country way of New South Wales, and there's a lot of talent there. So obviously Jack Cole's one of those guys. He's from Orange, along with Liam Henry, who's another Panthers player. He's a forward. So, and with Luai leaving the Penrith Panthers to go to the West Tigers in 2025, Panthers have plenty of candidates to pretty much go for and replace Jerome Luai in 2025. And this guy, Jack Cole, has been anticipated as his replacement going forward. So whether it does happen or doesn't remains to be seen. But I do think, though, Jack Cole's a good enough player, and hopefully gets a bit more opportunities in first grade this year in the NRL too, to sort of give Ivan a bit of an idea if he's the right man for the job, which I do think he is. I do give this young Jack Cole a chance, but this is his major challenge, like big challenge against the Wigan Warriors in the Super League, going up to England playing and starting at 5'8" alongside Nathan Cleary, and such an all-star team with plenty of expectations, So I wish Cole all the best, because I think he deserves this opportunity to go well for him, not wrong. And I do think he'll have a, if he does his job and plays his natural game, then I'm sure everything will be fine. So I wish all the best to Jack Cole, and definitely a player to look out forward to in the future. Right, so now on to, I guess, the biggest outs of both sides, and the only outs I'd say as well. So yeah, obviously for the Wigan Warriors, the new recruit Luke Thompson's out already, and he's out for the World Club Challenge, sadly enough, because of HIA. And as for Jerome Luai, last year he had a shoulder injury that he copped in the week around 27 of Panthers v Eels at Penrith. So ever since that sort of injury, it has lingered on for a little while for Luai, and I believe he's getting surgery on it around now, I think, or I don't know when he's gotten it, but it's definitely gonna hopefully help his shoulder in the near future. But both these two are out for both sides, and I just want to know and discuss how big both players will be as losses for Wigan and Penrith. Like, I'll start with Luke Thompson first. I only just been at the club for a few seconds, just about, but good signing, obviously. Obviously, the Bulldogs and his time in the NRL wasn't great, and it obviously wasn't the best as we hoped it would be, because we did think he would have a big sort of impact in the NRL, but sadly injuries and other things just cut it off from happening. But he's back in the Super League on a long-term deal, and I assume that's where he'll stay for the rest of his career, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I mean, look, we can have such a great pack already, like a great forward pack already, but I guess losing a big man in Luke Thompson would definitely hurt them a bit. Just his go forward and his energy would be missed, I think, in a game like this, because I think against Penrith you need like really big bodies, and you need big bodies with mobility. I think Luke Thompson has that, so it's going to be missed for a game like this, because Penrith have such a great forward pack. You need every sort of big man out there that you need, I think, to contain them. So without Thompson, it'll be tough, but I think guys like Cade Ellis, who's playing at his former club, funnily enough, and someone like Patrick Mago and Liam Farrell and Ethan Harvyard, all these forwards that Wigan have got will do a job for them, no doubt, but Thompson will definitely hurt them a bit. But at least Wigan have depth in that position, so it won't be the biggest loss for them, but definitely will be considered as a loss, because they need probably guys like him playing. But as for the Panthers, I'd say Jerome Luai's loss is pretty big, to be honest. And I think people, obviously, I don't know why people say this, but Jerome Luai does not have a big impact for the Penrith Panthers. And look, I will say that yes, Cleary and guys like that have a bit more of an impact when they win games, but Luai has a touch of brilliance in every sort of Panthers win that there is. Luai's always in the game. I feel like he's always, not as good as Cleary. Obviously, Cleary has most of the success during the game, but I think Luai is definitely a good counterpart, and he does his job pretty well. And his running game and his other skills and that also very good as well. And he's a good defender. People may not agree with that, but he is a good defender, Luai. He's always on his line, always up on his feet, and and his energy too. Like his vibe that he brings to the team will be really missed as well, because he's a big talker, gets the boys up, and they'll definitely miss that for a game against Wigan like that. So yeah, big shoes to fill for Paul Jack Cole, but he'll do the job, I hope, for Cole. But Luai being out for Penrith's huge in my opinion. I think it's a game-changing loss, I feel like, but that's why I think Cleary is going to be under a lot more pressure. But I guess with Luai out, it does say to me that it's an early preview for how Penrith may look for next year. I think it's a good early test to get the cobwebs blown out, to see how Panthers do preview as a potential 2025 combo between Cole and Cleary, because I do think that's the favoured halves pairing for next year so far. So it's good to see and get a little indication on how that goes. But other than that, I'd say Luai's loss for the Panthers is bigger than Thompson's loss for the Wigan Warriors. So yeah, either way, big losses, but I think Luai's is huge. Yep, and now on to the battle of the forward packs, as I was saying before. And this is probably just a favourite, like in terms of all the positions where everyone's versing each other in this positions or whatever. I'd say just personally for me, the favourite matchup in between the both teams is definitely between the forwards. The forward packs are huge. Like both sides, there's full of giants in there. For the Penrith Panthers, like Fisher Harris is huge. Leota's stocky, big. Guys like Sorensen and Martin are two great back rowers. You talk about Isaiah Yeo being such a good link man and also just a great overall player, and a good defender as well. And Mitchell Kenny is obviously not the best hooker in the comp, but definitely one of the most solid and most consistent hookers and players in the comp. So you have that versus a great forward pack in the Wigan Warriors, having Ethan Harvard a prop probably with Brian, and also hooker Cruz Leeming, who's going to Wigan, and that's a big signing for Wigan as well. Cruz Leeming, I think he's a great hooker. Didn't work in the NRL, unfortunately, for the time he was in the competition, but in the Super League, we all know what he's done before there, and he'll be a huge addition to Wigan. The back row is obviously Sam Walters and also Liam Farrell against Sorensen and Liam Martin. Huge battle. I love that battle between Liam Martin and like the two Liams, Liam Martin versus Liam Farrell, and God, that's a big battle coming up, because Liam Farrell is an aggressive player. He's very aggressive, and Liam Martin's aggressive too. So could something brawl out? Never know. And the locks, obviously, Tyler Dupree is a very good player too. Young, but very good player. Same with Isaiah Yeo, is a bit more experienced, but overall both great locks in the middle and do their job fairly well. So it's a very even up four pack when you think about it, very evened up. So I think the game will be mostly won through there. I don't think the back line will do a whole lot, just because I feel like the forwards are the ones that will create the platform for the backs to do their job, like Cleary's and the Harry Smiths to do their job. But yeah, I do think the forwards will definitely be the reasons why that this club will win, or whoever does win. So yeah, the battle of the forward pack battle for me is really exciting, and that's something I'm really keen to see on Saturday morning. On the weekend, it's gonna be really good to see, so I'm keen for that. Moving on to my favourite personal positional battle of the game. So obviously I had before the forward pack battle was one of my favourite things I'm looking forward to between both sides when they do play. But in terms of the only positions as well, you can go the battle of the halfbacks, Smith v Cleary, battle of the back rowers, Sorensen and Martin versus Walters and Farrell, locks, Dupree v Yeo. There's so many battles you can choose. That's going to be great. And Liam Marshall versus also Brian Toto. But the one that I'm going with as well, like the one I'm picking out of all of them, is the battle of the fullbacks, Jai Field versus Dylan Edwards. That is such a good battle, to be honest, and I'll tell you why. Because both fullbacks are so consistent for their sides, they barely have a bad game, and they're very good in their day. Last season, Jai Field for the Wigan Warriors side. Obviously played for the Dragons when he first came into the scene as a teenager in the NRL, and had a stint at Parramatta too for a season as a backup player only. But yeah, look, he went to the Super League and he's obviously killed it over there. Like, I think at the start of 2023, he was in talk for Man of Steel, like, sort of talk, you know, of how good he was playing. He was playing really good. You know, he's a very fast player. And I think people do forget how fast he actually is with his speed and stuff like that. And I do think that will be definitely one that Penrith will need to watch out for, is Jay Field, because I feel like him and Bevan French, and how much agility they both have together, and how strong they are in terms of breaking the line with speed and stuff like that. French and Field, when they're in open space, Penrith need to really like clog up together in defence and watch out, because you know they can strike any time and they can break through a defensive line at any stage of the game. You know, obviously they'll be targeting that side of Jack Cole, and I think that the other back row is probably going to be, I think it's Scott Sorensen, so they'll definitely target that side of young Cole there. But yeah, either way, I think Jay Field at fullback has been great for Wigan. He's been a real revelation story for them, and yeah, should be no different come this weekend when they do take on Penrith. And Jay Field has a competition against one of the best fullbacks in the competition in the NRL, and that's Dylan Edwards. You know, Edwards obviously won 3 competitions now, played 4 grand finals. He's played for Australia. He's been close to playing for the New South Wales Blues a few times, and yeah, now he's obviously playing in another World Club Challenge as well. So hasn't won one yet, so definitely his chance to go ahead and win one this weekend. So, and yeah, very consistent player. Like Jay Field, very consistent, always does his job fairly well, and never has a bad game. But I guess the only thing that Jay Field has in front of Dylan Edwards is his speed and his threat, because I think Edwards not like an attacking threat. He's more of a defensive tank. You know, always will catch a ball, always will be back on his line, making that tackle, that really crucial tackle, etc. So very different type of fullbacks, but the one thing that's very similar between them two is how consistent they are. So going to be a good battle, that one between both Jay Field and Dylan Edwards. Now to conclude the video for this afternoon, my tips and predictions. So it's my official sort of prediction now for the game, and also a few predictions like first try scorers and also anytime try scorers as well. So okay, my prediction for the World Club Challenge is that I believe, and I was having a bit more of a think about it today, I think we're going to get the job done here. I think Penrith will come close, but without Luai and how much I feel like that Jack Hole and a lot of pressure for, I feel like that might really hurt Penrith a bit. Without Luai and having Jack Hole, is a good kid, don't get me wrong, but it's a big game to play in to really, you know, obviously not much experience for Jack Cole, so it's a very tough game to get adapted to and being chucked into as well. That's why I think Wigan will win. You know, obviously Wigan at home are normally very strong there. Most, like I'd say 95% of the fans at the game will be Wigan fans too, so they'll do enough to get Wigan home, and they'll do enough to probably shut Penrith down. But I'm not saying Penrith can't win, because they definitely can, but I think we can get the job done here. So originally I was thinking of a bit more of a high scoring game, like around the 24-20 mark, but I've changed my mind, and I think I'm still going by 4 points, but I'm going a bit more of a lower scoring game. So I'm going Wigan 18 points to 14 against Penrith. So I think Wigan 18, Penrith 14. I think Penrith will score first though for Brian Toto, I feel like, but after that Wigan will score a bit more tries and they'll get the job done over Penrith. And I feel like anytime try scorers would be Liam Marshall anytime. I feel like he'll score. Jay Field will score at one stage too. And yeah, I do think that they're my anytime try scorers for the Wigan Warriors. And as for Penrith, I think I'll go with obviously Toto first, but I'll go with someone like Isaac Tungo for a try too. And maybe Penrith get a bit more tries than expected, I'll go with someone like Liam Martin for a try too. So that's my predictions for the World Club Challenge of 2024. But it should be a great game. Whoever wins deserves it, and it's the best for the best. So definitely going to be a great contest to watch. And over here in Australia, I'll be very early in the morning when it comes out in this game, so I'll be up for it 100%, and I'll do a review on the game too, I think, so can't wait for it. But thank you for watching, and please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Already halfway to 4K, so it's getting really close down to that main goal of 4K. Also comment your predictions in the comment section down below. But guys, thank you for watching, and do have a good rest of the afternoon or night wherever you are watching this video.